Joining us to discuss is New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, great to see you again, and I'm happy to see your ADA pin there proudly displayed upon your chest.
Thank you.
Indeed.
They would kill me if I didn't.
Well, that's good. My dad is very impressed. All right, we're talking dental, but we're moving on. Congressman, that big Twitter revelation that happened yesterday, are you surprised that this was simply not a case of a Republican conspiracy theory, as many leftists would have us believe?
No, I wasn't surprised. We knew this. We said it. We talked about it, and of course the woke left tried to say that we were crazy, that we were making things up, that this wasn't true, all the way back to collusion, the constant desire to impeach Donald Trump, all the things that they've done over and over again. Now with the income taxes, it just doesn't stop. They are quaking in their pants. They fear Donald Trump. They fear that he is going to run, which he is, and they fear that he's going to win, which he has a real good chance to do, and I think he will. And they just don't want that because they want to control everything. This is going to be a real interesting 2 years coming up in so many different ways. But the fact that at least Elon Musk is willing to tell the truth and willing to let the truth come out about Twitter is a huge advancement. He's not a Republican. He's not a Democrat. He's just somebody, I believe, that seems to really care about the country and really care about the truth and really care now about this company he bought and wants to put it on the straight and narrow.
Now, well, let's take a look at one of the many tweets released by Taibbi, and here's what he said. By 2020, requests from connected actors to delete tweets were routine. One executive would write to another, more review from the Biden team. The reply would come back handled. Do you think this is more than just suppression of free speech and could actually be violation of the First Amendment on behalf of those Twitter executives?
It certainly is. I mean, we are in a precarious position with our First and Second Amendment, to be quite honest with you, where they want to take our freedoms away. I've said this is a president and an administration and a leadership in the House and the Senate that honestly is more comfortable with the government in communist China than they are in what should be the true and good government of America. They scare me. These people scare me, and it scares me what they do. We're losing our freedoms. We're losing. This should be, you know what? Social media should be the marketplace of ideas, left, right, middle of the road. It can be communist, but it also should be conservative. It should be an exchange of true ideas where people are willing and able to do that. That's not the deal. Anything comes up that they don't like, they do everything they can to make sure they get with somebody with whom they're connected, and they close it down. And that's what's been happening.
Congressman, 50 intel and military officials sided with Democrats' contention that the Hunter Biden laptop was simply Russian disinformation without any evidence whatsoever, including James Clapper. Does action need to be taken in some form against these former intel and military officials?
We've certainly got to investigate it. Why would they say that? I mean, do they just want to keep their, cushy positions? I mean, that's something we need to look at. This is a big year coming up for the Republicans. So we absolutely have to investigate. We absolutely have to have commissions and investigations that are going to occur. At the same time, we need to do good legislation. We should not do what the Democrats did, was basically just put messaging bills out there that by and large meant nothing and did nothing except harm the country. We've got to do some good stuff on the border, on law and order, on energy, on the military, on so many different things. And yet at the same time, we've got to get to the bottom of what's going on every level here, whether it's the top levels of the FBI or the Justice Department. There's so much that's wrong. So much has changed in our country recently for the worse that we've got to really try to bring it back. It's going to be quite a task.
Yeah, Congressman, what do you think the GOP-led Congress should do first? I know there's been a lot of talk about just getting things done, as you just were mentioning with the border, with inflation, but also there's been a lot of talk about investigations, but also some concern that the American people might not want any more of that right now. They just want to get gas prices down and grocery prices back to normal and their 401k to I'm going to say kind of refill.
So, yeah, and you're right. And we've got to do both. I mean, we've got to show that we can multitask. I'll tell you the other thing Republicans have to do is make sure that we don't have any circular firing squads, that when we disagree sometimes with each other, that we still are able to move on and not destroy other Republicans. We have to be unified. We have to be strong. Because let me tell you something, and I really mean this. Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats, they're ready, man. They're going to go to town on us. They are organized. They are loaded with money beyond anything we can imagine or anything the Republicans have. So we better get our act together as well and be ready to stand up and be strong. That's the words here. Be strong for America, be strong for our future. And we want to talk about things we need to do. One of the first things that has been mentioned by now Leader McCarthy, our future speaker, I believe, we don't need 87,000 new IRS agents to go after our middle class money. We're working hard enough as it is already. We need to make our military stronger right from the get-go. We need to really get law and order back in shape. We shouldn't be we should be actually helping those communities that are not just have prosecutors that are just releasing individuals when they have 20 and 30 and 40 priors and have committed violent crimes. We need to have a real energy portfolio, open up our drilling, open up our leasing, open up our fracking. I mean, we can be number one in everything in America, but we have to have the guts and the strength to do it.
All right, Congressman Jeff Van Drew, I appreciate that. We have to have the guts. I'm also glad that you got the pink memo today, and happy that you're with us. Okay.
And tell your dad I said hello.
Oh, I will. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.